Welcome, Wolf and Wolfettes! We are back with Day of the Tentacle on the PS4. Oh dear, choked a little bit then. Now, last episode we gave the super battery plans to Red Edison, so he's now going to build us a super battery if we get him some gold, some wine and some vinegar. So make sure you keep an eye out for them items. Some items we're going to have to create, other items we're going to find around the map. So that's what we're doing right now. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to explore the entirety of this house. We're going to speak to some new characters and we're going to find a lot of different items. And then once we've done that, I think we may need to switch to Laverne and do some stuff with Laverne, or we might have to go back to Bernard. I'm not completely sure, but for now, there's quite a few things that we can do with Hoagie, so we're going to get right into it. Well, let's go. So we picked up the lab coat.
I can't reach it.
What do you mean you can't reach it? Well, you can reach it, you lying shit. Okay, so we got the lab coat and we got the hammer, didn't we? Let's have a look. Yeah, we did. Okay. So first we're going to go into here. This is where the Founding Fathers are. We're going to have a bit of a chat with the Founding Fathers and then, yeah. We're going to explore the kitchens. Awesome. John Hancock. What's the matter with you, my friend? I mean, I don't want to sound like an arsehole, and I'm not taking the piss or anything, but he looks like he's got Parkinson's, how he's acting at the moment. I'm guessing he's cold. Oh yeah, he's got a blanket round him. Oh yeah, he's probably cold. Okay, let's have a chat with him.
Yo.
Hello?
Is it me you're looking for? What's up? You cold?
What's up, you cold?
Cold? I'm freezing.
I've got to be honest with you, John Hancock. Even though you're saying you're freezing, every time the subtitles come up, you're not actually saying freezing. You're just saying freezing. So you're not as cold as you're pretending, my friend. I think you're putting on a show for us. Why don't you build a fire? That's true. You're right next to a fireplace.
Why don't you build a fire?
Well, I keep asking Jefferson to build a fire, but he
That's
won't.
better.
Says he needs the log for posterity and won't part with it.
Son of a bitch, innit? He's going to give that log to starving children? For
He's
fuck's
going to
sake.
give the log to starving children?
I don't get any respect around here. Why, I bet if George I spent the winter in Valley Forge, Washington was cold, we'd get some heat in here.
It's very clever what we're going to do to get a fire built later on in the game. What are you guys doing in here?
What are you guys doing in here?
We're writing writing the...
We're drafting a constitution for the United States.
Don't say to draft, you'll only make me colder.
Wimp.
I agree, you are a wimp. Oh, we already asked that. Why don't you have some hot coffee?
Why don't you have some hot coffee?
Oh, I can't stand coffee.
Good man.
It makes me irritable and want to bang my head against the walls.
Good man. I fucking love you. John Hancock, I love you. What you need, my friend, you need to go and find the Tetley tea guy. He's outside flying a kite. You need to get yourself a cup of good tea. A cup of Rosie Lee, that'd do you, my friend. Whoa, I can relate.
Whoa, I can relate.
Well, please don't do it around here.
Awesome blanket there, dude.
Awesome blanket there, dude.
Thank you. It was given to me by my dear old colorblind Aunt Hattie.
I thought you was going to say you got it from a Red Indian, because that's the kind of thing a Red Indian would have in their teepee, ain't it? Shouldn't you guys be working instead of just sitting there?
Shouldn't you guys be working instead of just sitting there?
Writer's block. We can't think of any amendments or anything, so we put a suggestion box over there. I don't suppose you have any brilliant ideas?
Well, actually, I do, my friend. What about free sandwiches for all roadies? Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you? Now, his name Hoagie. I think he's actually named after a sandwich. No music in elevators. Oh, that is a fucking brilliant. Oh, they should have done that. You could guarantee the right to free speech. I've got to be honest. If the Founding Fathers were alive in today's world, free speech is well and truly gone. Unless you're a pansy and you lie and you try and suck up to everybody, you cannot say the truth. If you're offending someone, even if it's true, you cannot say it. So free speech is gone. But we're going to say it anyway.
You could guarantee the right to free speech.
Free speech? No, that'll never work.
You're right, it wouldn't. How come you sign your name so big? I don't know what you're talking about, Hoagie. Or did John Hancock have a big signature? If he did, I've never heard of it.
How come you sign your name so big?
Astigmatism.
Oh. Well, I'm going to leave you to it now.
Really? Let me see your palms.
Alright, the truth is that a friend once told me that women go crazy over guys with a big signature.
Well, I gotta go, dude.
Oh, they wasn't talking about that kind of signature, John Hancock. I like how his name's John Hancock and he's talking about a big signature. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, now, as we picked up this flyer, what we're going to do quickly is, so, like, when you do some things in this game, if you change, like, some of the things in this time, it can affect the future. So, for example, if we was to put a suggestion in that box right there that said everybody in the world had to walk around naked, then in the future, everybody would be naked because of the rules that were made in the past. So, one thing we're going to have to do right now is we're going to put this flyer inside the suggestion box, and it will make the law for everybody to have a Hoover, and that will add a Hoover into Laverne's world, and we can use it later on in the game for a puzzle.
Boy, it's sure quiet in here. I wonder if there might be any ideas worth discussing in the suggestion box. Maybe somebody should take a look.
I say, lads, I have an idea.
Does it have anything to do with starting a fire?
No. I was thinking it's about time we open the suggestion box. Don't you agree?
Sure, George, if you say so.
Yes, whatever you think is fine with us. Excellent.
I love how he takes credit for my idea. What a son of a bitch.
What's he thinking? No one of any importance has been here all day.
You
what
arsehole.
could be in the suggestion box?
Perhaps he intends to suggest something himself.
Oh.
Here's a suggestion. It says, George says that every American should have a vacuum cleaner in their basement. What do you think, gentlemen?
Whatever you say, George.
I love how they're just going along with everything
Your
he says.
name's on it. I'm sure you must have a good reason for suggesting it.
Yes. It's strange. I don't quite... Well, I'm sure I had a reason for it. If there are no objections, we shall add it to the Constitution immediately.
Move your ass, George.
No? Good, and so shall it be law.
What's a vacuum cleaner?
There you go. Now it's been added to the future because of a law made today. We're going to have a little chat with, what's this guy? Thomas Jefferson. We're going to have a little chat with George Washington, and we're going to head in this door and gather up a few items that we're going to need.
Hey, tall, dark, and spiffy. My name's Hoagie.
Well, how quaint. I am, of course, Thomas Jefferson, noted scholar, musician, horseman, student of the sciences, member of the bar.
Member of the bar.
Oh, sure,
dear.
I've heard of you, dude.
I like how he says tall, dark and spiffy. He's not tall really, he looks pretty average height to me, and he's not dark because he's got blonde hair, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, Hoagie. What's in the can, Tommy?
What's in the can, Tommy?
Thomas. My name is Thomas, and this, my chubby friend, is a time capsule, filled with remembrances of our time to be revealed 400 years hence.
Now this is going to be another thing, obviously, that's a time capsule, so we're going to have to do something with that, and then obviously it's going to be found in the future, where it will change, or we can use said item with Laverne, things like that. This game is genius. I don't know how they figure these kinds of puzzles out. I mean, fucking hell, it must take years. I wish they'd make more games like this. That's why I liked Broken Age. So how's the time capsule going?
So, how's the time capsule going?
I'm sorry to say that except for my log, we haven't got a thing.
Why do you want to put a log? I mean, what do you want a log for? Dude, is that like the Constitution?
Dude, is that like the Constitution?
It is, now that our esteemed leader has sparked us with his brilliant vacuum suggestion. We're really rolling.
One suggestion.
In a few minutes, Washington's going to present his proposal to split the government into 8 branches: executive, judicial, legislative, bronchial, atypical, Freudian, elliptical, and extra crispy.
I hope they've got a good editor.
I do like the sound of extra crispy. Dude, I loved your work on the Declaration of Independence.
Dude, I loved your work on the Declaration of Independence.
Ah, thank you. What was your favorite part?
Uh-oh. I liked those S's that looked like F's.
I like those S's that look like F's.
I see.
Could you start a fire, please?
Could you start a fire, please?
I'd love to oblige you, young man, but I can't. This is the only log, and I'm saving it for posterity.
Son of a bitch. How can you let Hancock suffer like that?
How can you let Hancock suffer like that?
A real man is warmed by the fires of his spirit. You should listen to Washington relate his experiences at Valley Forge and take heed.
I'll tell you, George Washington in this game is a right snob, a right stuck-up arsehole, and he seems to think he's better than everybody, and he likes to take credit for your ideas. I'm gonna go now.
Later, brah.
What? What's going to happen later?
Oh dear. Right, now if you pay attention here, look at this. Gold-plated quill pen. So obviously this is gold, and we can use this to make the super battery, but watch what happens if you try and take it.
Hey, keep your hands off that.
So obviously we can't take that yet, but we're going to talk to George Washington.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Whoa, you're like George Washington.
Whoa, you're like George Washington.
Very much like him, according to my wife, Mrs. Washington.
Whoa, whoa, awesome. My name's Hoagie, ma'am. Does Mrs. Washington know you wear so much makeup? Oh.
Does Mrs. Washington know you wear so much makeup?
One must wear makeup when one receives the phenomenal amount of media attention that I do. It's quite likely that I'll be president soon, you know. Do you think I should be the ecology president or the education president?
Depends on how many cherry trees you've chopped down. Oh, I remember this. I remember this story back in school.
Depends on how many cherry trees you've chopped down.
Well, I am quite the adept tree cutter. Men still tell tales of my youthful prowess.
Would you give me a demonstration? Oh, here we go. If I tell him to give a demonstration, I don't think he does it. But if you insult him a little bit, I think he offers to do it.
I bet you've lost it. You couldn't cut down a tree to save your grandmother.
Lost it, have I? Why, I'd show you a thing or two if there were a cherry tree nearby. But as you can see, there isn't. I only cut down cherry trees. Family tradition, you understand. Cherries only. There's nothing out there but cedar and kumquats.
Huh. Now, if you remember, I don't know if I showed you, but over by our Krona John, there is a tree covered in kumquats, and they're orange. You can find some red paint in this game, and you can actually paint the kumquats red, and it looks like a cherry tree, and then George Washington will go out and chop it. Now, I don't know if that's just for a trophy or just like an extra thing to do, or if we actually need to do it. I can't remember, but we will do it just in case, because I don't remember receiving any items or anything changing from doing it. But we'll do it anyway, just in case we need to. Oh, actually, no, did we need to? Oh no, I think we might need to. I think when George Washington cuts that tree down, it helps Laverne get out of the tree. So yeah, I think we do have to do it. I like how they've got a canary there. So when it smokes too much, the canary will go crazy. Kind of reminds me what they used to do in the sewers. When they used to go into the sewers back in the old times, they used to have a canary in a cage, and then if there was too much gas in the air and it killed the canary, then they would know it's not safe and they'd leave. That's a pretty dicky move actually. I do feel sorry for canaries. They're brilliant little birds. A lot of animal cruelty in this world, and it does piss me off. As you guys know, I'm a very big fan of animals. There we go. Right, now there's a couple of items we're going to need to get in here, as you can see. We're going to need to get the spaghetti, because we're going to need this later on in the game. Oil, as you know, we're going to need to give this to to Red Edison. Is there anything else? Oh shit. Whoops. Sorry. I switched to the wrong character. What else is in here? No, okay, we can go in here now. There's a few items we're going to need to grab in here. Oh, yes. Now, I think we can open this up. Okay, so we're going to need to grab this brush. We're going to need to grab the bucket. Now, I thought there was something else in here. Okay, never mind. But one thing we're going to have to do quickly. If you guys remember last episode, the Tentacle T guy, aka Ben Franklin, he was trying to create send a lightning bolt onto his kite because he wanted to harvest electricity and be the inventor of electricity. But it's not raining out there at the moment, it's sunny. So what we're going to do is, if you remember, when I was coming into this building, there was a carriage outside and the carriage was dirty. Now, if you guys know, there's a thing that happens in real life where whenever you wash your car in real life, there's a good chance it'll start thunderstorming and pretty much ruin all your work or make you waste your time. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill this bucket up with water, and then we're going to go outside. And then we're going to go outside and we're going to wash the carriage, which will cause it to rain, and then it will send a lightning bolt down onto Ben Franklin's kite. Now, this needs to be sudsy, I think. I can't remember how I'll make it like foamy. I think we need to find a bar of soap. Yeah, I think we're going to need to find a bar of soap before we can do that. I think that was the other item we need. But I think we've got everything we need in here, so we're going to go upstairs now. Come on, will you just go out, please? Thank you. Now, fireplace. Oh yes, we're going to come up here. As you remember, every single fireplace in this game is a shortcut. Fucking hell. Oh, Hoagie, you're so fat. Right, now what we're going to do is we are going to go into here, and there's something we're going to need to do. Right, first we need to grab that red paint right there, and we're going to need to do that to chop down the cherry tree. So we're going to pick up the red paint. Now, we also need to pick up this squeaky mouse, but if you try and do it, watch what happens.
Yipe.
Fucking hell, cats are so angry, aren't they? Let's try and grab it again.
Yipe.
Now, these are the beds of Red Edison's sons, but if you use them, one of them is squeaky, and watch what happens. Right, that one's a nice firm bed, but this one is very squeaky, and watch what happens. Now, the cat gets distracted, and if you try and grab the mouse, obviously, look, you've got no time to grab it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this, and we're going to use it with this, and then Hoagie should switch them around. The cat's so fucking nosy, isn't they?
Sounds like the cat's caught a moose up there.
Probably has. Cats are evil. Okay, right, so we're going to use the bed now, and then after we can grab that mouse, and we're going to need that for Laverne later in the game. Okay, quick. Pick it up, quick. Hurry up before the cat sees. Get away, get away. Don't want to get murdered by the cat. I feel like a dick now.
Use it for what?
Use it for pleasure, because it's a pussy.
Yipe.
I just want to touch the cat. It's so cute. Okay, we're going to go down here and I'm going to end it for today.
It's already open.
Alright, sorry, Hoagie. Oh, fuck off, Hoagie.
It's closed.
Well, then open it.
Maybe we should add a rule that you can't dump sludge into the water supply.
That's a brilliant
What
rule.
manner of fool would do that in the first place?
You're right.
Oh, you know what they're talking about. Because that's how the tentacle got smart and growed his arms. Holy shit! You alright, mate? How you doing? Look at his teeth! Okay, well, I'm going to end it now. So, thanks for watching wolfettes. Next episode, we're going to carry on exploring this ass. Not ass. It's because I saw a horse. We're going to carry on exploring the house, getting a few more items, talking to a few more characters. And I think we're going to switch over to probably... I think it might be best we switch over to Bernard, and then after we will go to Laverne. And then start progressing some more. So, thanks for watching, wolfettes. Hopefully you're enjoying this, and I'm doing pretty well now. Like, share, and join the pack today. Oh!